Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to this video, guys. My name is Liaquat. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Right, we are going through the 40 hadith of the Imam Jalaluddin as-Suyuti rahimahullah ta'ala. You might be aware of this Imam. He has written many books, and this is one of them, a compilation of 40 hadith. We have reached hadith number 34. If you guys enjoy this series and enjoy my YouTube channel, Roots of Knowledge, then please hit the like button, subscribe button, and share it with others. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Sayyidul Qawmi khadimuhum. The master of a people is their servant. So this hadith, what does this hadith mean? What is basically the hadith telling us? So first of all, I just want to mention a few things. So Sayyid al-Qawm. Sayyid in the Arabic language, it means someone who is a leader. And Qawm in the Arabic language means people, right? Tribe, people, you call it the Qawm. Now, if we look in the Quran, for example, what we can find is, we can find examples of people who were good leaders and bad leaders. So I'll give you an example of bad leader, and I'll give you an example of a good leader. So for example, like bad leader is Fir'aun, right? So Fir'aun, he was the Pharaoh, and as you know, he was terrible. He basically wanted people to worship him, right? So you had, like, his throne, and then he had people that would literally worship him, and he would get angry if they didn't worship him. So these were like people that were serving him. You can almost say he was a leader that expected to be served, right? So people would do, amazing things for his sake, right? For him, building structures and pyramids and all these other things. So, but ultimately, they were serving him, right? So imagine that you've got, let's say, 1 million people in your society, and all of them are expected to serve you, right? Which seems very unfair, unbalanced situation. Okay, so this is the problem with the Fir'aun approach to leadership, where he expected everyone else to literally serve him. And then on the other hand, you have Dhul Qarnayn. Okay, Dhul Qarnayn. So Dhul Qarnayn is basically the famous individual in Surah Al-Kahf. If you know about him, put him in the comments. So he was a leader, and this leadership that he had, he actually traveled the west, he traveled the east, and then he went to north, and there he came across a group of people, and he actually helped them. There was this wall that he had to build. So what he done was, he actually filled it up with iron, melted it all down, and he built a barrier for the people. So look at the difference between Fir'aun leadership and good leadership, like Dhul Qarnayn. So Dhul Qarnayn, he builds this wall. In fact, he is serving the people. They're both an element of serving, but he is the serving the people. How many people has he benefited? One man, with his skills and everything that Allah has given him, he utilizes that for the benefit of people, and becomes beneficial to everyone. Whereas the other guy, all the resources are being used unfairly to support one individual, which clearly shows unfairness. And whenever there's unfairness in society, we know what's going to happen. There's always going to be injustice, right? So there's going to be an unjust approach to how things work. Now let's go back to this hadith. And so Sayyidul Qawmi fi safari khadimuhum. The Sayyid of a people, the leader of a people, you can say, is their khadim. Now this has two possible meanings. One of the possible meanings is this, that the leader, the true leader of a people. Yeah, so let's say, for example, this is a leader, and he has people who are following him, just like a father. Imagine like a fatherly figure. The leader is like a fatherly figure. Are the children meant to serve the father? No. The father is the one that brings up the children. He serves them. This is true leadership. True leadership is where you are going to give up all of your own desires. You're going to give up all of your whims and what you want for the benefit of other people. And Islam promotes this so much. In fact, if we were to say serving, so let's get the Fir'aun side out of the way. If we were to say serving actually means facilitating. Yeah, so to facilitating for other people, that would be a perfect definition of what a true leader is in the eyes of the Sharia, according to Islam, according to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Dhul Qarnayn example is the one that we want. We want someone who facilitates for the people, who is able to, so help them in their food, help them in their shelter, right? Providing good homes for them, help them in being able to get jobs, right? And their societies and so forth. Subhanallah, look at this. Leadership, this type of leadership is a leadership which results in people having amazing love for the leader. They have this pure love for the leader. And who was the best of all leaders? Subhanallah, subhanallah. Our Prophet Muhammad, such a beautiful name. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam was the best of all leaders. Na'udhu billah, Fir'aun's leadership was a disgrace. But the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he led by example. And if you want to see this, you can actually see this in the followers of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, namely Abu Bakr Siddiq radiyallahu anhu, Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu anhu, Uthman radiyallahu anhu, Ali radiyallahu anhu, the four caliphs who served their people in such humiliation, with such humbleness, that these were the people known as the rightly guided caliphs. Now imagine, you want to become a leader, this is the leadership skills and attributes and qualities that a person needs to embody. Now, in Islam, you might not know this, but in Islam, asking for leadership is not a good thing. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever asks for leadership, Allah will take away his help. And whoever is given leadership without asking for it, Allah will help him. And that's the reality of it. Because normally, when people want leadership, what do they really want? Yeah. What do they really want? They're looking for all the perks of leadership, right? They're looking for all the perks of leadership. Like you see a leader and you might see someone and you think, whoa, look at all the attention this guy is getting. I wish I had that attention. And then you might think, oh, look at all the gifts that he gets, all the nice clothes and cars and houses and free trips to go here and there. And some people might think, look at the power he has. He can say whatever he wants and it goes. Now you see, these are very dangerous things. These are all, each one of these itself requires a full video to show the dangers of, how people can easily be duped into this kind of lifestyle, that they always want gifts, they always want attention, they always want power. Like Fir'aun. Fir'aun was the epitome of this, you can say. But the Prophet ﷺ, he broke this mold of leadership in the past. He created this leadership which was filled with sincerity. He was sincere. He had humbleness, and he had direction. What was the purpose of the leadership? Just like Dhul Qarnayn. Now, this is one meaning of leadership. Now, subhanAllah, this is a very big topic. We can go into this in a lot of detail with lots of examples, but I want you to write down in the comments some lessons that you can see from the life of the Prophet ﷺ, or even the Sahaba radiallahu anhu, who were leaders, and how their leadership did not make them bad people, how their leadership actually made them better people and facilitated for their society. Now the second meaning that we have over here is where a person serves the people. So let's say, for example, like there's a guy who is working hard, he's, pulling something. This is just an example, right? So a servant of people is the true leader. Now, this is not leadership in the sense that we understand it, but in reality, anyone in life who is serving people, who is working on the ground, who is helping them, who's working in the kitchens, who's working in the factories, working in the offices, driving the taxis, all of these serving, these kind of attributes of serving are what is known as true leadership, right? Because that's what leadership is all about. Leadership is not about being at the top, sitting on the throne. True leadership is about taking initiative, doing that which is right. And this is something that we all need to understand. Each and every single one of us can have amazing leadership qualities. We just have to serve the people. And that's what you can almost say being part of the ummah is. It's about the idea of servitude. And again, who were the best people who showed this quality? They were the Sahaba radiallahu anhum. When they would sacrifice their own time and their own health and even their own food for the benefit of other people. Right? SubhanAllah, look how beautifully these two meanings fit in. You could be a leader of your family. You could be a leader of the class. You could be a leader of your university, or even at work, or even of a whole kingdom. But you have to remember that leadership can only be considered if you are the khadim, the one that serves them. And likewise, you can do all the service work you want, and if you do it correctly, you actually get the status of being like a leader, because that's what it's all about. Okay, so we'll actually finish on that. Let's just summarize and leave in the comments any comments that comes to your mind as well regarding this and the amazing attributes of Dhul Qarnayn when it came to the leadership skills that he had, the initiatives that he took, and how the evil, negative aspects of Fir'aun's leadership was despised and has always been despised. So, Sayyid al-Qawm fi Safari, this is to do with leadership, as in a person who is appointed as a leader over anyone, then that person will have to serve the people. That's ultimately what true leadership is about. And remember, with power comes responsibility. So if you are a leader of the people, you are ultimately going to be responsible in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The higher you go up, the greater the responsibility. And all of this is manifested in the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions. We have to be very careful about leadership, because people sometimes want to become leaders for the wrong reasons, right? Attention, gifts and power and anything else that you want to put in the comments. And on the other flip side, you have people who are just serving on the ground. They are not officially leaders, but they have the leadership qualities, right? Because they serve the people. And this is something which we always have to remember. End of the day, we're going to die one day. And if you have served someone, if you've helped someone else, this is the most amazing thing. I remember one of my teachers used to say that if you truly have friends and companionship, if you truly want to be good to them, always imagine them to be the ones that are above you, that are superior to you, and you're the one that should serve them. Always take every opportunity to be the one that will serve them. This was going to inculcate inside of us the love of our friends and companions, and also help them, facilitate for them without being arrogant or anything else. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you to all my patrons for all the support that you guys have shown. If you guys want to become patrons, you want to support my channel, then please consider becoming a patron. Simply means you support on a monthly basis, whatever amount you want to give towards my channel, and it helps me grow my channel, as you can see. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much. The details are in the description below, and share this video with others. Hit the like, subscribe button. I will see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.